I'd like to call the special called meeting, the Friday, July 22nd, special called meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you do the roll?
Sayers.
Here.
Segan.
Here.
Ms. Hazard.
Here.
Ms. Healy.
Here.
Mr. Hirons.
Here.
Ms. Kidby.
Here.
Mr. McOsker. Madam Chair, you have a quorum?
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Madam Chair, motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any additions or changes? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Let's move on to action item 3.01. Approve the 35% schematic design concept option for rebuild of Moncure Elementary School. We have just conducted a work session regarding this item. At this time, prior to a motion, which I believe we could bring, Mr. Haran, if you could please approach and bring up the slide. I wish I knew which number, but it had the numbers one. Yes, that one. Thank you. If you could just leave it on there for just a moment. All right. As we see here, the deficit that we had been presented previously was 6.398305. There was discussion this evening in work session and at a prior work session regarding potential decreases to this amount so that we can certainly build this project going forward. There did seem to be a consensus of the board, and if at this time there would be a motion regarding this particular slide and our scope, I would certainly entertain one.
Madam Chair, I'd like to move that we reduce the scope of the Moncure Elementary rebuild to recap a portion of the $6.398 million deficit by addressing and reducing, as identified, item 1, reduction of net cost 69 to 74%, meaning smaller corridors. Item 2, moving furnitures and fixtures and hardware line to construction budget in 2018, with those funds coming from either proffer funds or end-of-year savings. And item 3, reduce gym to elementary school level, and that savings of $742,000.
Second.
Those 3 items.
It's been moved and seconded, and the total remaining would be $2,908,305. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Is there any further discussion or comment? All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Since we have that, now we move on to the funding source regarding the now 2.9 and change. We had several options before us. Thank you, Mr. Haran. We, in the work session, discussed mostly this option number 2 regarding this item and the funding. Is there a motion at this time regarding the funding of 2.9 million? This slide currently says 3.6, but just for clarification, it is now 2.9 based on the prior motion.
Madam Chair, I move to approve option 2 as presented by the staff for the 35% schematic design concept for the Moncure build with the adjustments to offset the remaining $2,908,305 based on the previously reduced scope.
Second.
All right. Any further discussion or clarification regarding this? Is there, would you, as the motion maker, okay?
I just wanted to make sure, I believe the intention is that what's shown on the slide is $1,583,000 is actually $742,500 less, which was the savings from the gym reduction. Okay.
Yes, so we can, actually, I'll make that suggestion at the end. All right, any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Haran, I was wondering if you would be willing to, just for sort of revise the 2 slides that we just focused on tonight to reflect what the board said. I know they weren't your slides,
Absolutely.
but just, I
Can
think that
do.
would be great to
And
be
we'll
sent to
forward
the
it
board
to
and
the
others.
board. Yes, ma'am.
And that would be just useful in case we get additional questions from others who want that. That would be very helpful.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Moving on to 4.0, closed session. Sorry.
Madam
yes.
Chairman, before we finish, I believe there was a discussion at the work session about making part of the approval of this agenda item, making it clear that it is the desire of the board to open Moncur in September as planned. And I believe Mrs. Kidby had
Yes,
something
actually,
to say about that.
I would like to encourage staff to work with our design team and our construction team to do everything possible, humanly possible, to have an on-time opening for Moncur, so those Dear Sweet students can get in there in September from the very beginning, which would be preferable for everyone. So that would be my addition. Yes, 2018, right, absolutely.
And have the staff and administrators in there at least a month ahead.
Yeah, that would be great, all right.
You think so, Mr. Irons? Hey, we can at least let our desire be known.
Yeah, let our strong
And
desire
our
be
faith
known.
in our staff to be
Right.
able to carry this forward.
Absolutely.
And get it done. And the
Yeah.
first step is actually going to be that design.
Correct.
Because the sooner the design comes in, the sooner we can start on the
The
contracting.
Yeah, we can get our bid out and get the contractors
That's
going,
right.
yeah, okay. Mr. Haran can handle it, I know he can.
And I know we'll just be kept informed as we move forward. But thank you for putting that out into the record. Now moving on to closed session. Ms. Egan.
Pursuant to Section 2.2-3711A of the Code of Virginia, I move that the Stafford County School Board convene a closed meeting to discuss or consider legal matters pursuant to the legal exemption at Section 2.2-3711A7 of the Code of Virginia, 1950, as amended.
Is there a second? Second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are in closed session.